Hello, welcome everyone to this week's stream. Uh, Today I'm going to discuss um my opinion on Fresh and Fit, everything going on with them, and I'm going to touch on the Tony Bruno stream last Thursday and just my thoughts on Steve the Dean and his clown, his gang of clowns. But hope everyone's having a good week. Let's first talk about Fresh and Fit. Um, I talk about the black pill's the only one that's not jealous of them. You know, you could clearly see all these people that are jealous of Fresh and Fit, and as much as I hate their content, like watching it just makes me cringe and it's one of the last things that I want to do. And I think Myron's a creep, and like those are just two guys I would not want to hang out with. But I gotta give respect where respect is due, and I watched them start pretty much from the bottom. I remember them both going on the MGTOW dictionary stream, and they got completely clowned, and that was some classic moments. And Myron even came back for a second time. And at that time, if you would have told me that they would have had a successful um, YouTube channel in the future, I would have said you were full of shit. And I mean, if you look at what they've done recently, they've been on Adam 22. They've been on Timcast. They've had DJ Academics, who's probably the biggest um, rap guy, news guy, and you know, and they even had Takashi 69 and Whack 100 doing an interview in their studio. So I mean, they've really made a name for themselves. And as much as I dislike their content and I can't stand them as a person, I give them respect for the amount of success they've had, whether it was right or wrong. MOD said he was getting guys jacked as fuck on MD stream. Yeah. We're still waiting for the receipts. Mr. Professor Hogwood. Think you're new here. Welcome. But I'm gonna start ahead with this clip. Tim Pool. Yeah, I'm not a fan of really a fan of Tim Pool. I don't really dislike him, but the fact that he was invited, Fresh and Fit were invited, that kind of says a lot about their popularity. Um, but I feel like everyone is jealous of them, especially the red pill, and you can see that evident. Uh, and what I've noticed about the black pill and why I love the black pill is you don't see any jealousy from the black pill content creators. Um, we'll do funny things like Myron getting his beak knocked off, funny things like that, but it's not out of jealousy or hate. And and that's why I love the black pills cuz we really don't get jealous of other people. I think that's what separates us from everyone else. You know, we do our own thing and we'll clown people when they need to be clowned, but we just don't have this jealousy of, you know, being at the top. Alexio's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Also got Tuesday in the house. That Tony Bruno stream last week with Steve the Queen was like a bad acid trip, man. Yeah, and I am going to get into that. Um, I just kind of want to just talk about Fresh and Fit, and as much as I dislike them and their content, um, I'd be lying if I said that they are not successful YouTubers. And I feel like even Rolo and MLD, who act like that they're their friends, I believe deep down they're jealous. And I'm just gonna play this quick clip.
Really active for less than a year.
Yeah, that's
I
amazing.
mean, it's wild.
Truly
Chris
is.
Puckett, thanks to the 4.99 super chat. Abba and Preach, our soft black pill. Yeah, I agreed.
And now you know, I understand why people are saying that. Like, oh, they're blue pill, they're black pill. Yeah, at this.
Okay, so how the fuck are these clowns right here saying Abba and Preach are black pill? Abba and Preach, I don't watch their content, but I'm pretty sure they've never ever said they were black pill. These clowns over here on the right, they just love to call anyone they don't like black pill. Nothing about Abba and Preach is black pill at all. They just, oh, I don't like them, so they're black pill. You know, I mean, do they even know what the black pill is? Clearly, they don't. If they think Abba and Preach is black pill, uh, just a bunch of fools. I mean, just look at these three guys. MLD, babe, you look so cool. Hot dude cam. You got Rolo showing off his tattoo, wearing some weird hat, and then Thor always in his gym. Trying to think what he looks like. Um, but just three straight up creep balls. And yep, Sammy's in the house again. I always like seeing you guys that come in here on a regular basis. I appreciate the support. Yeah, Sammy, great to see you. Glad you're here another week. No, Preach is a purple pilled simp. Yeah, I'm not familiar, but for Rolo and MOD to call them black pill, like they're truly clueless of what even the black pill is. And at this point, that's just what they say to anyone they don't like. And seek the truth says pathetic. Yeah, these guys are just straight up pathetic people. I think I'm gonna share one more thing about MLD, and then we're gonna get into the Tony Bruno stream from last Thursday.
Fojian, $10 super chat. Myron's annoyed response to that M cell.
Inimical Anaquin.
Inimical Anaquin was just like the famous Mike Tyson clip. I don't normally do interviews with women that I don't fornicate with. Hey, exactly.
Yeah. I'll tell you something, Alan Roger Curry, you have my respect, my friend, but man, that was a real quick scramble right after all that shit, because everybody saw what was going on with Myron, and they compared it to Mode 1. Essentially, that's what he was doing, right? Hey, if we're not going to bang, then I'm not going to have you out here. I want everything on the table for you. Sounds like direct game to me, but
pretty direct.
It's none of my business.
So this is gonna be one of the very, very few times that I'm gonna agree with Rolo. He calls out Mode 1, and Mode 1 is pretty much what got Myron all fucked up, because he just pretty much told, I don't know, some lesbian looking girl that Kevin Ray Wilder's been all over her dick. But yeah, as you can see with mode one, what happened to Myron when he did that, yeah, it didn't end well. So let that be a lesson to anyone that thinks mode one's a good idea. Cause you just might end up like Myron. Sammy's showing love to everyone. The Tony stream was legendary, Alexio says. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was not that familiar with Tony Bruno, but he's 100% a class act. He's very nice, laid back guy, but if you push him, he ain't willing to fight back. And I'm glad I started watching his channel because I truly believe he's a good role model for everyone, and that he really cares about men. And I really have nothing but good things to say about Tony Bruno. Preach contract max for Landwell. He's done, says JP. Yeah, I did see the pictures. It's pretty brutal. But, my thing about it is Rolo's been making fun of her, which I have no problem with anyone making fun of her, but Rolo just gets so angry if anyone speaks about his wife, and it's just very hypocritical. I think one more video to show you guys here.
Come on now, dude.
Maybe a little professional jealousy, huh?
Well, it's professional. Like, I hate it when people like accuse me of that shit. Like whenever I was trying to be critical of like Jordan Peterson or somebody who's like got a higher following than mine, everybody always says, "Oh, professional jealousy." I don't even think it's that. Again, this just these guys trying to fill 15 minutes of a.
Yeah, Rolo. The reason everyone says you're jealous of Jordan Peterson is because you are jealous of Jordan Peterson. He's the guy you want to be, but never will be. Even though he had his drug problems and all his issues, and I don't agree with most of what he said. He was on Joe Rogan. They just don't put nobodies on Joe Rogan. And he just talks about Jordan Peterson pretty much on every show if I was to watch. Rolo's wife is Grandma Maxon. Yeah, for sure. You know, he can make fun of Preach's wife, but if we make fun of his wife, we're just like these terrible, terrible people. How dare you speak about my wife? Our Godfather, who art in Reno, Simpin be thy name. Can I get a Simpulia Tuesday? That's pretty good. Very creative. So that's enough about that, about Fresh and Fit. Like I said, I'm not a fan of their show, not a fan of them as people, but the fact is the fact of the matter is they are successful YouTubers. Whether they did it the right or wrong way, it is what it is. And I feel like the Black Pill is the only one that's not making videos that are clearly nothing but jealousy. We'll make jokes about Myron's beak, and we're always gonna be making jokes, but it's not because we're jealous. So that's my thought on Fresh and Fit. Like, but for the second half here, we're gonna talk about Tony Bruno stream on Thursday. Um, Tuesday, yeah, I did see her. Yeah, that was extremely rough. I ain't gonna lie, very very rough. But uh, like I said, my only thing is if you're gonna make fun of another man's wife, don't throw a hissy fit when people call your wife old. So, so I am not going to show any clips from Tony's live stream out of my respect for his channel. Um, but I'm just going to share a screenshot. Um, all right, so here we got the Tony Bruno stream from last Thursday, and I believe everyone's favorite character was Ask Ask Rosebud, the guy in the bottom right hand corner. Um, to me, it looks like he's like live streaming from a jail cell. Uh, I think those plaques might be like the plaques that they give you in jail, like like maybe he got his high school diploma. He finished 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and the third one was for passing an anger management class because clearly this guy has very serious anger issues. But that Bruno stream was funny as fuck. Yeah, it was very entertaining. It was one of the best live streams I've seen. He's a jail cell. Yeah, I mean that's what he sounded like, and he didn't even know how to turn off his computer. Like, how are you live streaming and you don't know how to like exit out? And I wish I could play the clip, but I, but I have respect for Tony's channel. I'm not gonna play any of this clip. But you know, if you just look at these two guys, is anyone really believing that they're getting women through game? I mean, I don't do game. Fuck game. That is my opinion on game. It's a bunch of bullshit. But these two guys act like they're the kings of game. And there's no way in fucking hell these two clowns would steal a woman from me, a guy with no game. Which just shows you how much bullshit it is. And it's very sad. Like, there are people on YouTube that, are more decent looking, but these guys are old. I mean, like, really old. It's very sad to be an old man and your thing is to teach game on YouTube. Is that really how you want to end your life? Is that what your life has amounted to at old age? Is just game and picking up women? It's like it's very very sad. And the fact that people even listen to them is just beyond comprehensible for me. And he's a jail cell. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. The echo and just the reason he's so angry, I figured, he might be in jail. Tuesday said, like Whole Truth said, the fact the name is his name is Rosebud tells you all you need to know about him. Yeah, but I thought that people that smoked that Rosebud were usually more chill, but who knows? Maybe since he's in jail and he can't get it, that's why he's so angry. JP Hives, even Rosebud admitted in his book that women have to choose first eye contact, even if she's a whore. Huh. I wasn't aware he wrote a book. Um, but I don't know. Tell us, JP, if it was good. What did you think about it? And yeah, the fact that these really old men were arguing game with us was just ridiculous. Like I understand if it was like a bunch of Chads and Tyrones like arguing with us, but it's a bunch of old men arguing. They're all over the age of 50. How can you be a 50-plus-year-old man and your your thing in life is game and YouTube? I mean, I pray to God when I turn 50, I'm not as pathetic as they are, teaching game. It's one thing to be on here teaching knowledge, teaching different things, teaching people how to do things, teaching people how to be better people. Um, and I got two guests here.
What's up, Viper? How are you, buddy?
Viper,
Yeah,
what's going on? Woody Johnson, what's going on, man?
Hey, JP, what's going on, bro?
Oh man, I'm just here chilling, man. Uh,
Yes,
I just
sir.
want to answer Woody's question. I mean, not your question, Woody. I want to answer Viper's question. Excuse me.
yeah, go ahead.
So a few years ago, I had read Rosebud's book called, I think it was called American Pimp. So Rosebud was a pimp on the West Coast back in like the 80s and stuff like that, 80s to like 90s and stuff like that, primarily. And even when he was doing the whole pimping thing, he was like, hey, like the hoe has to choose you. I mean, if you want to have that hoe and all that. So, I mean, that's basically what the black pill is saying, although in different terminology. It's like, like, you got the red pill nonsense of, okay, just going up to the woman and saying these words or wearing this outfit, and you're going to take this woman that wants nothing to do with you and somehow magically, like a magician, she's going to be all over you after you say these magic words. And it's like, no, dude, there's no words for your face. Like you're done. She knows within a split second.
Oh wow. So you're saying he kind of wrote Black Pill before it was Black Pill?
I mean, pimping is super black pill. I mean, how do you
Uh-huh.
explain a woman like putting her body on the line, making all this money, and then taking it and giving all of it to a man? Like, if it's not like some sort of an attraction going on from her to him first, right?
Mhm.
Right.
It's also the necessity too. They need protection. They also provide money for him, so it's also a give and back situation. But obviously, pimp, does gets a lot of money from that. I don't know what the ratio is, amongst pimps and the girls that they're
No,
pimping
like
out.
Woody, the pimp gets all of the whore's money and gives them a cut
Damn.
for like clothes and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's dead serious. I mean, it's not no like commission. It's like no, like he's the pimp. That's why it's called pimping. The whore
Hmm.
puts her body on the line, makes the money, brings all of it to him. Now reality that wasn't always the case. Sometimes like the whores
Yeah.
would keep some money for themselves and all that stuff. As a
Hmm.
matter of fact, I mean, in order for a whore to choose a pimp, she would have to pay what's called a choosing fee, right? And all
Right.
that.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
like
it
being a
was
waiter, right? Like waiters don't report all of it, so I'm definitely assuming, she has the money, the control of the money. So she is gonna probably stack some, like everybody would do, stack some on the side, and bring whatever she thinks she can to him.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, like nowadays, I mean, you're trying to do that. I mean, you're gonna
Yep.
have a hard fight against the drugs and all that's got
Yep.
that chick hooked and screwed up and all that stuff. So
Yeah. It's way different today too, dude. Like it could be done back in the day, but it's you don't see that a lot today.
I mean, with the advent of social media and I mean, like women don't really need a pimp anymore. I mean, for
Yeah.
protection, they got 911, and all that
So,
stuff. So
what'd you think about his book?
I mean, actually, it wasn't a bad book and all that, but he had to gesture max to get the women's attention and all that. So I'm like, oh, okay then. So he was a player, and players play her game. The biggest
Man,
clowns in the circus and all
and I
that.
wish I could read like JP, man. JP is a well read Southerner.
I mean, like his book, I think his book was called American Pimp or something like that. I mean, it's not a bad book,
Mm.
honestly. It's not a really bad book and all that, but
How'd you think how about the way he behaved on Tony Bruno's stream though?
I think Steve gave that dude some money to White Knight for him and all that. Because I had some questions for the guy and all that I wanted to, pick his brain a little bit. I think that if it wasn't because, how he came into the stream, he came in through Steve, the Queen, and all that shit. And basically, he just kind of flew off the handle. And I'm like, dude, chill, chill. And he was like, yeah, 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 square, square, square. I'm like, dude, calm down. Like,
Yeah, I
dude,
don't
like
think, dude, much of a conversation would be happening that night. They were they
no,
were
it
they were just gonna
wasn't. It
clown and
wasn't.
shit. Yeah.
No, no, it wasn't, man. I mean, as soon as Steve said, I'm gonna bring on somebody with some real game, and then he mentioned Lucario, I'm like, oh my God, no.
All of us, all of us, all of us went off.
Oh my God, man. Like as soon as he said that name, man, I was thinking back to that clip on I Love New York. And that lady's mom was looking at him super fucked up.
Yeah,
And
he's
that's
giving out mixtapes and
yeah, he's buck dancing and all that shit. And I'm like, man, what are you doing? Like, yo,
what are your thoughts about him being in an open marriage?
done. Yeah, it's finished for that dude, man. Like, she's got him by the balls, man. Like, and I mean, and it kind of reminded me back to what Scribe mentioned on the old streams. Like, well, number one, she's the one gaming you and all that shit, unless she's like super attracted to you, which is slim to none. I mean, but I
Okay.
mean, it's like there's three levels to this. I mean, you have like the real attraction part, which is optimal. Then like you have like the woman preying upon the man. Uh, that's where like the woman runs the game. Like she thinks he has something that she wants, so like she comes up to him, with this one angle, and then like she wants something else. Like that's the woman's game, and then you have the settled for part of it. Okay, that's when she like hits the wall for real and all that, and it's like okay, like the guys I want ain't really checking for me no more, so I better just find somebody to settle down with and just be happy or try to be. So you got the real attraction, the preyed upon situation, and then you got the settled for situation and all that. I mean, for you to be in an open marriage like that, man, like you either have to be in the preyed upon situation. Now, I think Lucario was settled for by his old lady. That's just my honest speculation on that.
Yeah, most likely.
JP, if you don't mind me asking, are you African American or?
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes. I mean,
Okay. Who
I'm
would you?
not. I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know,
Oh
I'm
no
not.
no no. No, of course not. Who would you say is your favorite YouTubers? In the
Shit.
Black Manosphere, or do you follow the Black Manosphere at all?
I mean, I'll see things here and there. I mean, there's not many people in the Black Manosphere that I watch. I mean, I just don't really keep up with them. Like, I'm more on the Black Pill side of things personally. But the only man in the Black Manosphere that I can say that I honestly got an affinity for is Man of Tomorrow. That's probably like the only guy in the Black Manosphere that I like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
he's a good
noticed
dude.
he's very respectful. Yeah, I enjoy
Uh-huh.
him too. Um, but,
Well,
do you have
I
a
was gonna,
favorite?
I,
Do you
I was
have,
gonna say, go ahead, Viper.
no, no, go ahead, Woody.
Well, you were speaking about ABBA and preaching, fresh and fit before, and I don't know if you catch the stream with Hold the Truth, and all of us did. We were just roasting everybody, but I think the best of the roast were when we were when Truth brought up Preach's wife, and then he also put up a hippo. He looked for a hippo, and we were all just pretending like that's his wife, and we were roasting that too. Dude, I think that was one of the best moments. Dude, like he literally looked up a hippo, and we were just going that because technically that kind of is his wife, so dude, literally a hippo.
Bro, and you know what the best part about that stream was, man? It was totally unattended, man. Like we started the
Mm,
whole stream off talking about something totally different, man, exploring the stuff, and then like the whole thing got brought up into this, the frog and the ostrich is fussing with the
yep,
toad and the camel looking dude, Albert and Preach.
yep.
And I mean, if Preach didn't get so butthurt about the comments made about his wife, man, that whole piece wouldn't have never happened. I mean,
Yep, yep, exactly. Dude, that's the thing, man. I mean, people are gonna talk shit regardless. It's like,
yeah, I mean, like,
oh, bring up my wife or whatever. You're an internet person. Like everybody is gonna look
dude,
into
like
your stuff.
the second you go online, like you open yourself up to everybody, everything. So it's like if you're
Yep,
not willing to take that risk, then just stay in the background and lurk for a while.
exactly, exactly. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe these guys don't expect the backlash or whatever. Because they, Camel and what you said, Camel and what was Preach?
The toad preach, the toad looking dude, man.
the toad,
Fucking
the toad with the dreadlocks and the camel. They're online and they're trying to be all humble and reasonable or whatever. Man, but people too. I mean, us, we see through this shit, and I don't think they get a lot of hate comments or whatever. Or people talking shit about them. I think that's why they got a little unhinged. And if Preach, if he didn't have a low self esteem, he would have just brought his wife. Even if she is what it is now. I mean, we all know she's a fucking big old Shrek looking hippo bitch. But it's like, even if she is, just bring her on. They're just like, hey, yeah, this is my wife, whatever. Like, but no, he got real butt hurt about that.
I
And it's
mean,
like,
if
yeah,
he
then
would
you're
have
gonna ask for it.
well, right, would I mean, if he would have stood by his woman like a man is supposed to do, I mean, we
Yep,
would have like actually
exactly.
like had some props to him, like, okay, like look, we're black
Yeah,
fellas. We understand like it's
yep,
brutal as fuck out here. Like,
yep.
if
We would
that's
have
who you're
respected.
attracted, like
Yeah,
if that's who you're attracted, that's who you're attracted. We can respect that because like you're not doing this bullshit game, none of that shit. I mean, you're just doing your thing and you're attracting one naturally. That's the way it's
but
supposed to be. But
but
that's the
JP,
way it actually is. Well, right, go ahead, man.
no, go finish your thought, man. Then I was gonna add on that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like natural attraction is the only guaranteed success in that whole dating thing. And what the cockroaches don't understand, like, dude, like the black pill and what we talk about with the roaches, like this ain't even 5% of it, man. Like it's like
Yep.
MD's new stream. It's still black pill, but it's like other avenues that we're exploring in the black pill because the black pill is just the unfiltered, raw, uncut truth about this world and reality and stuff like that.
But the I mean, I understand the chubby chasers, like, hey, that's your preference or whatever. But it's like, okay, if you're, there's like very low percentage of guys who are chubby chasers, and nobody in their right mind, unless you're like so fucking horny and you understand that you cannot give into this nature of cumin, like you just can't fucking not and not settle for something so revolting, and I mean, I don't know, maybe a preach could be a one of that little percent of chubby chasers, but dude, man, I would fucking rather not have a woman all my life than settle down with somebody, and I mean, remarriage is way off, but just settling down with somebody that I'm just not gonna be attracted to, is just like even not even thinkable.
Well, what
Yeah.
do you, oh, okay, go ahead, X. Go ahead,
Oh
man.
no, no, I was just saying that especially to have a million plus YouTube subscribers, you would think that he'd be able to get something better than that. Like that's just
Yep.
Yeah,
but
there's no subscribers for that face. I mean, have you seen his face, man? Like,
But
I
we
mean,
know he
dude.
could do better, right? We know he could do a bit better.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, dude looks like he was carved into a totem pole. Like somebody saw his face and they thought his face was like a totem pole or some shit and decided to carve some shit. You see them totem pole faces? Like that's what his face looks like, man.
Dude, and you mentioned about the black belt side, and it is the unfiltered truth, and like QB did kind of in a way put it the best for me on that Tony stream, that there's two groups of black pills. It's like one is our side. We look for solutions. We know the reality. We know the knowledge, and we move on. We navigate by knowing this, and we don't get into traps. And then the other side, it's the incel communities. Hey,
Oh,
I mean, not no hate to our incel guys, but man, like you have to figure shit out, man. You can't be a horny horn dog all your life, just talking and being obsessed with women all your life.
yeah, like that's the gray pill side, man. According to Hold the Truth, man. According to the philosopher, man, that's the gray pill, man.
Yep. But JP, we can't take that away from them, because originally who started the black pill was the incel communities.
Yes, that's
You
true. We
know,
gotta give him props, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. That's where it all started. Now we created our side starting from MD. We have this, like, hold the truth. Our guys in our side now that's also black pill. But it's like nothing but the truth. Like you said, unfiltered, fucking honest truth.
yeah, I mean, the one thing I like about MD's new stream, man, it's the only knowledge, truth, wisdom channel that's not tied to religion and politics, man. I couldn't stand that shit.
I I agree with that
Yeah.
100%.
You
Yeah.
remember how back in the days, man, like you'll have like the truth of channels and all that, and it was always tied to like some Christianity shit or like some political
Yeah.
party shit. And that just made the whole thing seem like a grift or something like that. Like, are these
Yeah.
guys shilling for the church or for a politician? Like, what is going on? But
Yep.
that's all I'm gonna say about that. Go
Hey,
ahead.
hey JP, did you know who that Mr. 505 guy was that was like in that
No,
fireplace?
like I said, I don't keep up with none of them cats, man. I just don't. I mean,
I
as
didn't know
soon
they
as I
existed
heard,
until they came on.
listen, as soon as I heard that dude said like, what about what the woman wants? I'm like, right there, man. Like, I my eyes got as red as that dude's background. I'm like, man, this motherfucker's a bona fide super simp, man. I'm like,
Yep, yep. Man, I love that line, dude. JP, when you were like, man, fucking, when you start picking out validation from being a man, from how many women you get, it's like your vision turned red. That was a great line, man.
Yeah,
JP was
like
like, man, as soon as it came out, he's like these beta simpish, fucking qualities of classifying you as a man only if you can get a woman. JP's like, my red vision fucking came on. They gotta take these motherfuckers down. That was the best line, dude.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
dude, like
it's
what?
like, dude.
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
mean,
Woods. My bad.
no problem, bro. It's like they come on and they're pretending to pull on strings. They're pretending like we're those fucking loser in the exact words simps that buy their shit. They're thinking that we can't answer them back. They're gonna bring up some bullshit analogy that maybe we're not aware of. It's like, dude, we come from the darkness. We come from, and truth can be dark. You know what I mean? And you do understand, and you go on with that knowledge, but it can be depressing in the beginning, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, that it was depressing in the beginning, just knowing the true state of the world. Like some people say, reality is more fiction than fiction itself. It's kind of like knowing this, and then you have to know, like, truth. All the truth says, man, he's a good, he's a philosopher, I think, of our side. Like he says, that you gotta you gotta take your black pills from the right drug dealer, man. Because if you can get that from, if you're gonna have depression served with it, then you're gonna be depressed. But in the end, we slowly develop that. Hey, it's not. Don't be depressed. This is knowledge for you, and now you need to navigate, knowing that it's better. Not, you know what you didn't know before. Now this is how you're gonna plan your life. This is gonna go. This is the way you're gonna go ahead. That, I mean, in the end, it's like, that's how it is, man. You can't be depressed or whatever. Like, dude, everybody wants to go after the girls or whatever that we usually don't get, right? Everybody has that. Everybody wants to get something that they can't have. But okay, you go for what you can, and then you try to do what's under your control instead of things that's not under your control.
All right, I just want to real quick welcome Caduceus to the stream and give him a few
Hey,
minutes.
Caduceus.
Yeah, what's up, everyone?
This
Yeah,
is for
I just saw the
Oh my
I saw the
god, that was
title and thought it might be appropriate for me to hop in. These guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't been listening to you guys. I just hopped on right now. What's up?
Yeah, we were discussing a couple things around the Tony stream.
Oh man, that
I
was
think
a fun
Viper.
time.
Yeah, that was Viper was talking about it. I don't know if he finished with his thoughts on that, but we were kind of going around that stream.
Yeah, okay, I'll just let you guys keep spitting and I'll drop any insights I may have.
Depending on Viper, I would say Caduceus. What are your thoughts? Fuck Caduceus. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I kind of set them. I set them on air, and like I really don't have any ill will for these guys. I just think that they're delusional. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Like,
But do you think it's sad for at their age to be on YouTube just talking about game?
yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's a little sad. But I mean, like, even if you could talk about, if as long as you're talking about real stuff, reality, it doesn't matter how old you are, but you're talking about game. And what I don't get though is that they're like they were trying to set rules on us and limit the way we spoke and not the way they spoke. So whenever I said something based on what Steve or Lucario or Mr. 1950 told me, and I was judging the action without making any judgment on the person, they would say, "Oh, that's your assumption because you can't do that with this." I was like, "No, that's just based on what you've told me." And then they'll make split second judgments based off of just the inflection or pitch of your voice. Like, I'm just like, what the hell? You said that it was feminine when I did it based off facts, and you going off of just a voice isn't feminine.
That's facts right there.
Yeah, very true. I feel like that 1950 guy was the guy that I couldn't stand the most.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know.
He was lost in his high school glory days.
Yeah, he's lost in that, talking about being on the football team and whatever. I'm like, dude, I think about his analogy is that he lost in his analogy because he was talking about how he played collegiate and how he had teammates go D1. And I was gonna make the point that, yeah, you probably worked harder than that guy that went D1. He just had more raw talent than you.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
So I'm like, you're proving our point in some ways. like let's say I try to go pro in basketball and some guy's built like LeBron, has the natural genetics of LeBron. Like I can't compete with that no matter how hard I try, you know.
That's another black.
I'm not saying give up, but that's an extreme example because less people play in the NBA than have wives or have successful long-term relationships, but it's kind of like the mindset of it's over. It's not your life is over. It's just that one pursuit is over and you got to look elsewhere.
It's like I think a lot of the rage from those guys comes from like that entitlement that they got buried deep within them, and they haven't learned how to heal that stuff. It's like okay, you see a pretty chick or something like that, and then like you feel entitled. I mean, which of course you're just gonna set yourself up for like brutal failure. I'm like, dude, like, now we're saying is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like wanting that pretty chick, but she has to be attracted to you first. I mean, that's the natural order of things. I mean,
yeah, and I think then we got the mental gymnastics from Lucario though. Like we're bringing up points and. I would say that the one example where he got me, where he didn't, where he brought up the 10 out of 10 women and then said if she told you was a man for that, I was like, for one, like I don't know when you've ever experienced a transformer has never been a 10 out of 10 in my life. Like no matter how like well their makeup is or whatever, a 10 out of 10 is a rare occurrence. And you're definitely not getting it with those broad shoulders and big hands and that chiseled jawline.
I mean, dude, that was such a weird terminology. Like when you, for example, if you find out right that the girl that you're looking at talking to is a fucking man, like has a straight guy, you're gonna be like, dude, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
Yeah, and then the other point is like, is that penis not physically a part of that person's body? Like it's still physical attraction, even like you've lost physical attraction, which is sexual attraction. Like they're the same. I was gonna add a distinction between physical attraction and willingness to have sex because those are two different things.
That is such a horseshit terminology, though. It's like it should be simple. If she's gonna be attracted to you, she is gonna fuck you. You know, it doesn't matter if you like talking to your women. Like talking to women in your household is not going to change anything.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not going to change a thing.
In a way, we can't even trust the women in our household because you know they're going to speak from a different perspective, and us guys, we live in a different reality. We live in a way more harsh, way more judged reality.
I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, she's attracted to you to the point that she wants to fuck you. I mean, dude, like. She's gonna want to make that happen as fast as possible. Okay, like might hang out for a minute, then it's like okay, like you know, like hey, she's gonna like hey, I stay up here or what you doing or whatever.
But like Ari, when they brought that up, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? What kind of horse shit is this? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, it was funny that whole analogy was just going through extra steps without saying what it is.
Yeah.
So if I could ask you guys a question, what are your guys' thoughts on a woman's body count?
I would just never ask because I wouldn't expect an honest answer. Like if I'm looking for like purity in a different country, virginity would be the question, not body count. Well, it would be indirectly asking body count in a way. Yeah, because if someone's had prior sexual intercourse, like they've no need to ask for a body count. Like it doesn't change how you're gonna act. All you might do is just ruffle some feathers for no reason.
And the virginity factor only happens amongst like very close knit society, very orthodox groups or
Yeah.
very certain groups. You can never know. Only the father would really know because he's in charge of the household, and that is if he's
And
in
he
charge
might,
of the
and if he
household.
knows, yeah, if he is it,
No, no, but like it
that's where
doesn't
the
happen.
vetting. That's where the vetting is so important. Like you're not just
Right.
vetting her, you're vetting the family.
Well, think of it like this too, right? Because as a wife is the closest she can to the husband, and if they're gonna be in a long marriage, they probably know each other in and out. And she's also the one who's gonna communicate to the husband. And if it's a good household, if it's a kind of a patriarchal, I think that's how they say it, household, they're gonna know, and they're gonna keep that restriction on their kids, just because. So that's the only way. I mean, she's never gonna tell you, that if she did have like a lot. And it's a big thing in Catholic and strict Christian churches that they take it up the behind, or a beehole or whatever, instead of
Yeah.
going through the regular vagina and thinking that they're still going to be pure.
I mean,
Yeah.
my take on it is, you'll be safe to assume that she has more experience than you. I mean,
Yeah, and
That's right.
especially in the West, yeah. You're
that was something I was told years ago by the dude that first black pilled me back in what 2009 and stuff. Like, dude, like you come across a woman, she's gonna have more experience than you. Like, just deal with it, whatever, you know.
she's got it's always an option for her.
I mean, like the only thing you can focus on at this point is getting your experience and all that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I
Well,
don't
dude,
need
they,
I don't need wine and at my bedside to do that.
like no, man. I mean, hey, wait a minute. I'll admit, I've had some chubbies before. I didn't chase them.
Yeah,
I will admit that too.
I've been
Didn't
there
have
a
to
couple
chase them. I mean,
times.
so from that experience, I already knew, like, okay,
Well, it was a
woman's attractive.
it was
If a
it was a
woman
s-
wants, yeah.
it
Go
was a
ahead, producer.
situation where like you see a couple pictures, they're favorable angles, and then you meet in person, you're like, fuck it, I'm here.
But no, like from my experience, it wasn't no pictures and all that. Like, I don't really do the whole online dating situation. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like in person and all that. Like, you know, I
well, the
mean, if
thing
she
is,
wants you, like, she's gonna try to get you and all that. Like, there's no game involved. Like, but then,
well, the thing is, right? Oh,
yeah.
go ahead, JP. I wasn't sure if you were finished.
No. Go ahead, man. I mean, I don't mind the
The,
interruption.
the thing is, right? Right when as soon as I turned 21, when I was able, like I was used to kind of, because I looked older. I grew my beard faster, and I looked older, so I was used to drinking and kind of going to bars, at a younger age. And whenever I did go to a bar, whenever I did, try to talk to girls or whatever, I would also always kind of, this trick was taught to me by this old dude, like, hey, just tell them, kind of hype them up, hey, what are you a wuss, or what are you a pussy, why don't you do real shots with me, instead of doing your wines or your soft drinks or whatever. And to me, it's like, whenever I
No.
did had wine was like whenever I went to a girl's house. I think that's when all she had to drink, and I would fucking drink like half the bottle in one sip,
I
and
mean,
then other half.
I wouldn't even suggest that. I would just say just have what you're gonna have, and if she's along with it, she'll do it
Exactly,
too.
exactly. But I mean, I like hard liquor, man. I'm not gonna, I mean, unless I have a big old house that I'm by myself. I live with family now, but it's like, unless I have a house for myself, and yeah, then I'll keep all different fucking selections, and for bourbon or whiskeys or whatever, But it's like, for me, man, I'm a hard liquor guy, so that's what I always have. And if she doesn't like it, hey, man, you gotta fucking, don't you want to get in the mood faster? But I fucking slow sip wine all fucking night. Like, I don't
Yeah,
have all night.
you don't need that. You don't need liquor to set the mood. Like she should already be in the mood because she's at your place.
Well, the thing is, liquor does help, Caduceus. You know how you get that horny fucking feeling, unless you're doing a lot of coke, that's different. But if you
Coke will actually
Oh
do the
man.
opposite way.
You're not
right,
trying to get a cocaine chronicle started, aren't you?
You don't want you don't want a hot lettuce situation with
man,
your
I'm not gonna
bitch.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. There was a few girls that I knew, before that, loved their ecstasies. Because I remember hold the fuck, man. Why do I? Whenever I gotta talk about something, I forget about it. Ecstasy.
Ecstasy? Yeah.
Yeah, it was she liked her ecstasies and her Molly. So she literally after the first fuck, that's what I had my own apartment, I kind of,
Mhm.
she made me fucking go to the fucking closest drug dealer she could find. And she's like, oh no, I gotta get that. It's gonna put me in the mood and whatever. That's like, okay, 3 in the morning, we're done fucking. Or like, hey, I just, and literal fucking drug addict. I didn't realize it back then. I'm like, dude, she's like, I gotta get in the mood
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not used
Fuck.
to buying drugs, dude. I'm like, no, 3:30, 3 o'clock. She told me 3:30 we got out, and we fucking, and then she's like, oh, can we get something to eat or whatever? And the only thing that was open was like it was, I think, a Subway and a McDonald's. So
Oh
that's
my.
what I got. And I
Dang,
fucking came back.
I don't fuck with that, man. That sounds brutal.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
she looked okay, but the drug thing was not really for me. I didn't do anything, but
Yeah, I heard.
no, man. Like, I mean, dude, like the drugs is her man, dude. That's it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's just like, I don't know. It shouldn't be that complicated. It should just be like, you're here, you know what you want. I want it too, so let's make it happen.
Well,
I
Caduce
mean,
is in
like,
the end.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
My bad.
JP. Well, no, I was
I was
gonna
gonna
say
say,
in the end.
oh,
Well, in the end, girls, for the top of the top, good-looking guys, the girls usually come to them or just are around them or whatever,
Yeah.
and they'll fucking look at them, and and they'll even grab their dicks, if they're a little too drunk, at the bar or whatever. So I mean, if anything, we look at it, anything less than that is kind of like could be considered simpery, because you have to go talk to girls or whatever and see how things goes.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have to go do some stuff that you shouldn't have to be going out buying drugs at 3 a.m. or
Yeah.
taking out the.
Yeah, I remember, man. I was
4 a.m.
fucking. I'm like, what if I get pulled over right now? I'm gonna have
Yeah.
this on my name, But that fucking horniness was getting the best of me at that time. Young,
Yeah.
dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, and the MDMA, like you're triggering you're triggering an oxytocin release in her, so like she might feel that connection to you when she's high, and then when she sobers up, she's like, what the fuck? That's a bad
Yeah.
situation to be in.
Right.
oxytocin,
man.
that's the attachment hormone, ain't it? I
Yeah,
know they
part of
call it the love.
attraction. Yeah,
Yeah, I know they call it the love hormone, but love is BS, man. There's attraction, attachment.
Yeah, it's like
commitment,
attachment.
duty.
Let's say like a mother
Yeah.
and her baby, like the breastfeeding, oxytocin's released. Like there's a lot of that's one example that would release oxytocin. Like it makes you feel like connection with someone.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes back to the whole game is bullshit theory. I mean, well, the game is bullshit fact. I mean, if they understood
Yeah.
women well enough, they would know that bonding to being attached to the man that they're attracted to and having his kids is how they survive. That's like a
Mhm.
natural survival instinct mechanism that's wired into their biology and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So once you understand that, then dude, like,
But there's a
What's
little
the-
bit there's a little bit too with having I guess a little bit of better social skills, and I'm not gonna take away from also being in shape and looking just normal, that if you can kind of I guess kind of try to talk to her or whatever, I think that just if you're gonna be awkward, it's gonna be hard, just general talking to anybody. That's
Yeah,
also
of
another thing.
course. Yeah, they're gonna be like, is this guy on the? What's wrong? I'd be like, what's wrong with this dude? He's not picking up anything I'm
mean-
putting down. That's what she's gonna think.
I
You know?
mean, if you don't know how to talk that well, just get them talking about themselves. Just ask them questions.
Yeah. You got
But
Yeah,
with
it's
the best looking guys, there was a TikTok video a girl made, right? And she
Yeah.
was talking about how weird the guy was, but she was attracted to him. She said that from the beginning, right? But and she was like, he was acting weird, like, well, like, what do you, like, he was like, hey, what do you know, do you live here? You know, what are you doing? You know, like just stupid questions like that. It was a small TikTok video, I think, on
I
YouTube.
don't know
I
if
don't have
that's a
TikTok.
I don't know if that's a stupid question because like some people go out of town to go party and then
Mhm.
Right.
Well, I would
Well, the
say
way she
that,
described the guy, he sounded like, you know, like, you know, like we are talking. You know, it wasn't like that. The way she described it, I don't know, obviously how he was, but she was describing to be like some dude just asking straight questions like a robot. You know.
yeah. I got a buddy who's, I would say like he would qualify as Chad because he's got like he always has, like, if you look at his likes on Tinder or something like that in the queue, it's always like 60 plus on there. But if you talk to him in person at times, like he's a little socially awkward, kind of talks like a Redditor in a way.
yeah, man.
None of the milady stuff or any of that stuff. None of the simpy stuff. Just like what is or what does, like little
Wow. He
Redditisms
doesn't
right
wear a
there.
fedora or nothing.
No, he's not like a simp. He's not a simp Redditor. He's like a Redditor, like talks like he's typing in a forum. In a way.
Did you make a Reddit out of him, Caduceus? Did you make the Reddit
No.
out of him?
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
You're
but,
like,
but if he goes out in person, he doesn't convert. But he does well enough online where he's still there's
okay.
like nothing pushing him to really change because he's still smashing.
Well, the
Okay, yeah,
thing
I
is,
mean, yeah, like I
go
said,
ahead, JP.
if he's got the looks like that, then you know what I'm saying, and if the women want him, like they're gonna make it happen. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean,
Yeah, he's got especially like online where I think he's like, I think in person though, like height might hurt him a little bit because he can get mogged. But besides that, like he's about a little bit above average height. He's probably like 5'10".
okay, that's slightly above average, right?
Yeah,
So,
but like online, and she just goes to his place. She's not gonna vet his ass, see if he's 6 feet tall or
I
above.
know, like,
But if you're out in
like,
the bar or something where you get some actual like 6'3" guys, they can mog him.
I mean, like this the thing I've noted. This thing I've learned from experience. Like, I mean, the experiences that men and women have for the most part are very, very similar. The women and men are more similar than they are different, right? So it's like,
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying?
Just
Like,
the circumstances are very different.
like I said, they want to get a nut off too and all that. So
Yeah,
ain't not them for that.
they do. It's just like if something you really like is like always around you and available, you wouldn't be hunting for it. You just take it when you want it.
And the more
Right.
attracted to the person you are, like the faster you'll probably get your nut off. I mean, the same thing for them.
Yeah.
So it's not too
Yeah,
different from that standpoint.
there's some people that you just look at that bet and you're full torque, baby, ready to go. While others you're like, okay, I might have to start off with a little mouth down south, if you know what I mean.
I mean, yes, I mean, like you don't put your dick in until the clitoris is out. You got to make sure the nipples are hard and the clit's out. Then she'll be ready for you to put the dick in.
Well, like
Like,
if you know it's a good sign if you peel them off and like they're sticking a little bit from a little bit of moisture. That's
Did you
good.
pee yourself?
Oh my god.
No. So look like so look like, hey, Caduceus, correct me if I'm wrong, but women have something called the Skene's gland, right? Anatomically speaking.
I think I don't hold on. I might know it as something else.
It's called last time I heard it was called the Skene's gland. Like it's like right beside the urethra. It's like on the side.
Yeah, I knew him as lesser vestibular glands.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's the gland that's responsible for like the female ejaculation, the squirting, and all that stuff.
Well, that's like analogous to a prostate and men.
Yeah, like the G spot basically. the skin gland,
Yeah,
and
the
all
G
that
spot.
stuff.
Well, and I think of all that like tissue though. Like when you hit a G spot on the other side, you're like pull on the clitoris a little bit.
Yeah,
So you're pulling on that tissue, so you're still stimulating the same nerves. And the clitoris is like, think of like all the sensation in like your cock, and just put it in that little area.
yes.
Think of that.
Hypersensitive and all that stuff. Like, you know, it
Yeah.
But
has to
you
be
know,
like,
well, you know, in my experience, right? I mean, now that I know that the technical, where G spots located or whatever, for me, I always kind of just fuck them anywhere in any position that I would, right?
Yeah.
And then she would tell me when she's fucking about to come or don't stop or whatever, or shit like that. You know what I mean? That's generally because other than fucking doing that, I didn't really know like where or what the G spot was. It was just fucking keep going or whatever.
There's also like where you hang and shit, and like that affects like all your positionings and shit. So
Yeah,
like,
one time I accidentally turned on the stove. I was fucking this girl on the stove, and I accidentally turned it on.
and okay, kitchen life. There you go.
Well, that was fucking funny. But we got back to it. It could happen, man. Fucking mistakes could happen. I
And
was like, I'm
mistakes were
sorry.
made, I guess.
I was a Canadian. I said, I'm sorry. I
Sorry.
apologize, like Canadian. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry or
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's something you can do. No, I'm talking like the way you curve or whatever. If you're a straight shooter, or if you lean in any way, that affects like what positions are better for you.
Right.
Yeah.
One time, have you guys ever had I don't know if it's just like it's okay. So okay. So it's kind of personal, but I put my dick in a bun, like a hot dog bun. I put some ketchup on it,
What?
and
And you had her.
we foreplayed.
ketchup?
Yeah, ketchup on it.
Wait. Woody, how
It was
fat
a
was this
foreplay.
chick, man?
No, she wasn't fat. She was like a 30-year-old. I forgot. She was like a Latina, some mix. I forgot what she was. But this one wasn't fat. I mean, I had some fat chicks too, right? I'm not gonna fucking lie, but this one wasn't fat, and it was like a little bit of fucking foreplay, and it was on and off type of thing because she went to Colorado and then California, and then came back to my state, and then whenever she
Yeah.
did, fucking, either she hit me up or I hit her up, buy her some couple fucking drinks, get her something to eat, and then I was like, hey, what the fuck's gonna happen, right? I mean, I know what I want. Even at that back then, I fucking knew what I want. I just had to, put a little simpish nature into this.
Like, I know this might, well, yeah, I mean, I know this might sound like simping to y'all, but I prefer taking women out for breakfast over dinner.
I mean, you like
that's,
what you like, Yeah.
that's
like
it.
that.
Like, told this
Yeah.
one.
JP Simps. JP.
No, he's
No,
saying,
no, I
he's
said
saying
taking her
it's
out.
after.
I said taking her out for breakfast, Woody.
I know.
Like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So
I
I'll pass. So I'll pass on the dinner part now. I'll take you out for breakfast though.
Yeah. Well, I had
But
dinner and had to sometimes, if I liked her enough, I would take her to breakfast, take her to Danny's or IHOP, whichever one was closer. But it was a fucking foreplay, man. It was kind of fun too, because that was the first time I experienced teeth.
oh my
In that,
god.
yeah, I was like, hey, don't fucking bite it that much. Like, god damn, that fucking hurts. And so yeah, that was a drunk escapades.
Or you get like a handy Danny and she's like choking the shit out of it. Like, god damn, don't squeeze. Like damn it. Like, no man, like that's like the fucking worst, man. I said,
This is fun, like exactly. It's fun, like doing some weird shit, like sometimes, man. I mean, I remember it was fun to me, just like a little bit of goofy stuff, whatever. It was kind of like that.
Like I said, but when the attraction's there, man, like it, all that stuff gets a pass. That's what we're saying, like, Now, if the attraction isn't there, then you wouldn't even be in that situation in the first place.
Dude, have you guys ever like fucking, like early in the morning, like between the witch hour, like fucking 3 to 4, kind of just after sex, right after you're done, you're fucking, either you're smoking a cigarette or taking a shot of some whiskey, what you have, right? Some room temperature whiskey too, fucking. So like fucking standing out in the balcony, like a naked Spartan, looking over his kingdom. Because I remember doing that shit. But luckily nobody was around. It was real early in the morning too. I would go out sometimes in the balcony, just fucking buck fucking naked, and I'll just look around.
No, I ain't never done that before, Woody. I'm sorry, man. Like, golly, man. Ex Viper started this stream up and left us alone, man. What is going on?
And he baited us by talking about Steve.
He baited all of us, man. Like, is this our show now? Like,
I guess, yeah.
I typed a comment in the chat and I see that I had a wrench. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, I had a wrench too. We should call it. We should have Tony call up Steve, have him join.
Yeah.
Man. Wait, I'm not on YouTube. Is Tony Bruno in the chat right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's been in this chat before.
I mean, yeah, I know.
Because he's talking about tactical soap and stuff for the memes.
Yeah, Tony said he was gonna send some to Viper too, but
he sent me some. That's.
Does your balls smell fresh now? Like some pheromones.
Haven't used it yet. Haven't used it yet, but I have.
I was gonna say, does your junk or your balls fucking smell like pheromones now?
I mean, I haven't used it on my junk. I haven't used it yet. I still got a big block of Aleppo soap that I'm still working on. So when that's done, I'll give it a try. See what the the memes are all about. Yeah. As of like the size of like the actual soap, like per bar, it's kind of small on first impressions looking at it. Like the bar isn't that big considering it's a kind of expensive bar of soap. Yeah, let me open up this little Ziploc bag. All right. Yeah. Oh, on to
let's do a soap review.
I'm looking at the ingredients, and at least a lot of them are a lot of like it looks like the actual like quote unquote pheromone is the very smallest amount. But I see better ingredients than what you get on like the normal bar soap. So I guess that's a win for them, like coconut oil, palm oil, shea butter, olive oil. I mean, I'm a simple guy. I do Aleppo soap, which is just olive oil and laurel oil that's been cured into a block. Yeah, we'll find out.
Better ingredients, better soap, tactical soap.
I'm just looking at it. It's like it's not a very big block for. It's not that big. Like I would say that the pack of 3. I don't know what a pack of 3 of this tactical soap sells for, because I haven't bought it. But,
you know one thing about I use Irish Spring and fucking Dove, so, whichever fucking comes in, whichever is like the fastest to grab on Walmart. And if you like double soap all over and then also use the body wash too, and just leave it on for like 10 minutes, you almost smell like soap for the whole day.
Yeah, those soaps are pretty harsh though, those 3. Okay, I'm looking at the 3-pack. This 3-pack goes for $30, I think. Yeah, so like I get a 3-pack of Aleppo soap, which each soap bar is probably about double the size of this, and that's about $22 on Amazon. That's a pretty high quality soap. So I haven't tried any of these products. They might change my life, so you never know. Yeah,
you might get more single moms now.
More
Oh my
single
god,
moms. Oh my
man.
god.
More single
I'm
moms. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna hate on the product at the moment, but it's not looking like a like as of like in terms of value for your money. I'm not thinking. I'm not like it might be overselling the tactical elements of it, but besides the rest of it, I have tried the cologne stick thing. That has a pleasant smell to it. Like it doesn't smell bad, which is good.
I mean, is it
But
worth the price
I don't know how much
that
it
it's selling
costs.
for?
So I don't know what it's selling for, so I can't really say.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about these products. Like I can't really like recommend it. I'm just gonna give feedback on it, and I bet that you probably get better value with a different product. But hey, I think
Soap review.
I think the way Cooper sells it is borderline criminal. Saying like, oh, it's gonna get you ladies, man. Do the work.
Oh yeah.
Tactical soap. Yeah, I mean, if you just market it as like a more like natural ingredient soap, that might be better. Like kind of like what's the brand like Dr. Squatch or something like that has.
Well, this is supposed to be like for the manosphere, man. You're supposed to have game, bro. This is supposed to multiply your game, bruh.
Yeah, so like I'll probably try out. I'll probably try out Durden first, since I like sandalwood as a scent.
Jordan.
Durden, yeah, because they're named after men's
The Fight Club.
characters. Yeah, you got Tyler Durden, you got
Fight
Bond,
Club. Yeah.
and you got Maverick.
Jordan.
Yeah, so I'll probably do Durden first because I like sandalwood as a scent. But I like the cologne stick. I think is like it's a decent product. I don't know how much it sells for. I wouldn't. It's kind of like quick and easy if you don't want to like bring your. I would say its benefit is like if you want to bring a cologne without having to bring a bottle that you spray somewhere. I guess it's maybe the way I'm Scott, whatever your name is that makes this product. Maybe market it that way. Or you can and then but I have a bunch of colognes already just because I like the fragrances. Like I'm not a
Hey, what's your favorite cologne though? What's your favorite cologne?
I don't really
A
I've just
preference?
got a few options that I work with at different times of the year. So like this summer I've been rocking a lot of like it's just like it's just a pleasant smell though. Like I've been working Dolce and Gabbana light blue intense for the summer, the men's one. My main club one, well, the main one where I have a date that I usually do, because like the way I see the colognes is that like you have someone already attracted, like in terms of like women, if someone's attracted to you, it's kind of like a little beacon saying like, hey, look at me, like I smell good to you, and then you can judge your looks from there. That's kind of how I see it.
Dude, it's the cologne, man. It's the cologne that fucking brings the chicks in. And don't tell me you know it looks or nothing, dude. It's the cologne game, cologne maxing.
No, it's definitely not. But let's say you're in like a crowd of people in a way, and like they might turn their head a certain direction if they smell it. Like which person smells like that, and then they'll pick the one that looks the best. So if you're getting mogged by your crew, you might be the best wingman.
Oh my god.
Well, fucking the general rule to go by, then JP, I want to hear your recommendation too, right? That I usually go with the fucking Obsession Calvin Klein for like regular, just fucking almost daily use, and then the Armani. Well, let me just give out three or four. I think the best ones that I know. Armani Armani XO or something like that. It's like I think a $90 fucking bottle, the tall dick looking one. That one, for like, I guess if you're like, if you're gonna go out to a bar or whatever. Creed is for like family occasions. Creed
Which
is
one? Which Creed?
I forgot the name of it. I'm not at home right now.
Like what color is it?
It's a piss looking one. It's the piss looking one.
Oh,
Looks
is it
like piss.
Okay, I think I have an idea what you're talking about. It's like
Yeah, because there's
piss
like a
color.
couple of them. Yeah, exactly.
Is that
It's
the
like
one that's like Millicent or whatever?
I don't know, but it smells
Starts with
like
an
fucking
M.
hope. That's all I can say. It smells like hope. Hope and cope. But that
Yeah.
thing, that the creeds usually stay on to you for a while. That one cost me I think around $150 if I remember correctly.
You got a good deal on it then.
Yeah. Well, there's ones that fucking go up to like 250 or more too, but I remember it was I think around 150. And then the last one that I think is is a way cheaper version of Creed is the Mont Blanc Individuel. It's like
Mhm.
that is like a $50 fucking cologne, but it's like this almost the same thing, but like way cheaper
Yeah,
than
just a
going with Creed.
slightly worse one. I got a
But
few.
I think it might be a little bit better than Creed smell wise, but it stays
Mm,
on to you like I think around 6 to 8 hours,
yeah.
yeah, that's about it. But JP, what's your recommendations?
I mean, I'm not a super cologne maxer. I mean, but
Yeah.
Calvin Klein Obsession. I like Calvin Klein. It's a super mellow smell. You can wear it every day and all that stuff. But
It really depends on
Yeah.
what you're gonna do, really. Like, and you do it for
but
you because like it's not gonna.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
you like
the
the
one
smell.
there's this Prada cologne I got, man. I like it a lot. You know.
Oh, I've yeah. Let me think of the ones I got here. I've got Creed Original Santal. That's like a nightclub, like sunset type time. Good one. I got the nightclub one, like the one that like it's super sweet smelling. So it's so like if you already have someone attracted to you and she's like in your arms, she'll comment like, "Oh, you smell sweet" or something like that. That'll be the Jean Paul Gaultier ultra male cringe name. I know. Cringe name. Yeah, cringe name.
Super cringe.
But it smells pretty good. It smells like
That's new tap now. I'm gonna show you how to be the ultra male.
yeah.
Just buy
it's
my
pretty.
product.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my next
oh,
course. I
one
got
more.
yeah,
One
say it.
more. Paco Rabanne. It's the black
Paco
bottle
Rabanne.
with a skull outside. Yeah, Paco Rabanne. I think it's called XO. That is a fucking strong one too, and I do like the smell of that too. I gotta buy
Yeah.
another bottle. I'm out of that, but I wanted to add that in there too.
Yeah, I got Sauvage. That shit, I don't like it that much because everyone fucking smells like this shit. Yeah, like I smell it everywhere. The one that I got that was good. I got the Giorgio Armani, like one of them. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend cologne maxing to anyone. I just like these.
Yeah. But Giorgio Armani, a lot of times it's not perfume. It's toilette or a cologne.
No,
That's the part
I've
I
got
don't
it.
like about it.
It's in my bathroom. It's the one that's
Look at
it's
the
a good
label.
one. It's in my bathroom. The label.
Right. They tend to stay. They tend to go away faster. I mean,
No,
yeah,
this
that's
one
expensive
sticks.
product.
This one sticks.
Okay.
It's pretty good. And yeah, I'm gonna go look at it. It's in my bathroom.
You got any? I know you're in a cologne guy, JP, but you got any ones?
I got this Prada cologne. I forgot what it's called. Now. I got like an Aqua de Joe. It comes in a black bottle. I think I paid like 95 for it or something like that. I mean,
You
there's
said
a few.
Obsession too. Obsession is also
Yeah,
like one of my
Obsession.
favorites.
Yeah, I mean, but the Obsession I got is like a super small bottle. It's not like a large quantity of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice, super mellow smell. It's more of like an everyday cologne.
I found it. Yeah, it was Acqua di Gio Profumo from Giorgio.
Perfume. Oh, okay.
Parfumo.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I got. Yeah.
It's a pretty good one. Yeah. It's like go out to dinner with like your. It's like go out to dinner vibes.
But that Prada, man, that Prada's got a nice, real nice to it.
I haven't tried Prada yet, but maybe next one I'll probably go grab a Prada too, just because you said it.
Yeah, I've got. I think I'm good for the whole year except maybe like fall right now.
But dude, I don't think of it like you think, like in the seasonal type of thing. I just like put on whatever, and I
Yeah,
have like special occasions. Like if I'm seeing like it's a family gathering, whatever, that's when I usually go with the Armani or the Creed.
yeah. Well,
That's when I only use
I
that.
just think like if it's hot as balls though, like, and you're wearing something that's heavier, like that shit's gonna make you unbearable to be around.
But that's also going to in a place where it's like it's kind of heavy crowded. That's where it's also gonna stick around.
Yeah, like the one that I've been using in the sun a lot though, the Dolce and Gabbana one, pretty good. Not that like it's not and like the one that if you want cheap one, like one that's like super cheap that is passable, the Nautica Voyage is decent.
Mm,
That's like cheap stuff, but like it smells like, hey, no one, you don't have to say it's cheap stuff, you know.
shit. Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to say it's cheap, man. It's like $20 for like 100 milliliters or something.
Right, right.
That's like pretty.
Well, I guess the best one that I like is the Individual by Mont Blanc. I think that's one of the cheapest, best ones you could
Look,
buy.
it's like no one's gonna really care. As long as you
Right.
don't put too much. As long as you don't put too much on, no one really cares.
Hey,
Right.
shout out to Primal Man for dropping out recommendations, man, in the chat, man. That
Yeah,
Hey, Primal.
I think Bugari has like that orange one that's kind of good. Yeah.
Hey, other than JP, we're both smell cells or cologne
I don't
cells.
know, man. I don't know, man. Primal Man's got like more knowledge about colognes than I do, so sounds
I don't
like the
know.
pot calling the kettle black to me.
Yeah, I can't hate on.
I can't hate though, man. I mean,
Yeah, I've exposed myself for knowing some colognes.
no, it ain't bad. I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I mean, you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be a doctor and all that stuff, so it's like, I guess
You're a cologne cell, Caduceus. You're a doctor
Cologne
cell.
cell,
Then
yeah.
eventually you're gonna be Doctor Maxing. You're gonna graduate. And you're gonna be Doctor Maxing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's look, there aren't that many things that like I spend much money on, but I guess yeah, because like clothes, I buy a lot of stuff secondhand. And then yeah, shoes I'll cash out on. I'll cash out on shoes.
Well, how's the experience been with secondhand clothes, man? I don't know. I never got
What
into
I
that.
do, what I do is like for like formal clothing secondhand, I just make sure the shoulders fit on the jackets and that like you have enough length on the arms and you can get it tailored.
I mean, yeah, man.
So like I got a suit for like $15 and then I got it tailored and the tailoring was like a little under 50. So like $60 for a wool suit that fits perfectly. And yet you just have to know what material feels like and how it looks. So it's a 100% wool suit for $60 that fits perfectly.
Well, how much is it for like a if you just go buy off rip a new one?
Well, if you go off the rack, you're probably gonna have a lot of polyester, which is not good because you're gonna fucking heat up in it. And it's less durable.
Dude, I didn't know I was put on. I was in the waiting room.
What's up,
I just want to put in 2 cents because I got the soap.
Oh man,
I got the Maverick.
I got all three of them, so I can.
Yeah, and I can vouch that it does like girls like it for sure. But I found soaps at my like local health food store for like way cheaper, and pretty much the same effect.
Yeah,
like the handmade. Yeah,
I do recommend guys like spending a little bit on soap because it's something you put on your body. But I do Aleppo soap, which is just pretty much olive oil and laurel oil cured together into a block. And it's called Aleppo because like the method was invented in Syria. And, but it's most stuff that you buy comes from Turkey. So it's the technique, but it's olive oil and laurel oil that you're putting on your skin. Like there's not much, there's like no other ingredient.
Actually, yeah, I think the one that I use for my health food store is exactly this Aleppo.
Yeah, that's it
Yeah.
makes your skin really smooth.
Yeah, I found it's like pretty much the same effect as the
And it's cheaper
Klondike.
too.
Yeah, way cheaper.
It's cheaper. Like I got a pack of 3 of those for like $21, but
Mhm.
like each bar is probably double the size of the tactical.
Yeah, lasts way longer. Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, so I'm not going to try the tactical soap out until I'm done with my bar.
Oh, okay. I've gone through all the tactical soap because I bought like a 3-set. But yeah, I find the local health food store sells the same shit for way cheaper. So
All right, well, I got a question for both of you guys, right? So, Caduceus haven't tried it yet. That's but does it do you guys now single mother max now with that? Like, is it a thing for both of you now?
nah,
Like, I don't know. Only if it's gonna make me max out, single moms, then I'll definitely pay the expensive fees and go talk to Richard Cooper for an hour for $2,000.
I'm saying you can just skip all that and go to your local health food store and just cop some of this local handcrafted soaps.
It doesn't even have to be local. Even it could
Oh
be,
yeah, it doesn't have to be local, but most of those health food stores usually have them local. So.
I mean, just look at all the ingredients that are in like your corporate soap bar, and you're putting all that on your skin.
Yeah, I definitely switched off from that.
Like what my soap is 2 ingredients. It's that simple, And I'm looking. I appreciate that the tactical soap has the ingredient list like proud in the middle of it, so you know what you're putting on your body. That's one thing I'll give it credit for. Natural laundry detergent, interesting. I gotta look into that.
What about Dawn? I heard some people use Dawn
Dish
too.
soap. That's brutal, man.
Oh yeah.
That's meant for dishes, man.
Wait a minute. I thought don't it said it was gentle on the skin or something? It's like tough on grease, gentle on skin or some shit like that.
Relative
back
to
in the
other
day.
dish soaps.
I think dish soap's like a degreaser.
Yeah, dish soap is brutal, man. That's
Just a straight degreaser.
Yeah, it's good. It's smooth. It's kind on skin relative to your like normal dish soap, man.
They say they use
with that.
if you get like oil or something stuck on your like weird like car oil stuck on your hand, they say dish soap does it.
Yeah, because it's a strong emulsifier.
Yeah, but don't use that as like your regular.
Yeah, because you get
Like I said, well, most dish soaps are concentrated too, so that might factor in too.
7th generation. Okay, I'm getting some soap suggestions there.
Soap maxing.
Yeah, soap sales, man. Sud sales, man.
Yeah, that's, hey, I'm digging it though.
Oh man, like
Bunch of smell cells.
Went from smell sales to sud sales, man. Like
Soap maxing.
No,
maxing.
I'm all for making sure that I got some. I like simplifying the stuff that we put on our skin.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it. We're just joking.
Yeah. but you're not doing it to get bitches, man. You're doing it for health.
They're doing it to stay clean, man. What they say, cleanliness is next to godliness or something.
I mean,
like that.
you're just avoiding all the carcinogenic shit and probably stuff that like messes with your hormones and shit.
Yeah, but I always had dry skin, and then I switched from the Irish Spring to Aleppo soap, and now it's been good ever since.
I don't get a lot of dry skin, but like every after shower, almost like every 3 days, I just use coconut water. Just right after shower.
Probably better.
Not every day.
Probably better for you to drink that instead. So
what?
Coconut water?
I'm sorry.
You mean coconut
I'm sorry,
oil?
I said it wrong. Coconut oil. I don't know.
Yeah. I use that.
I'm drinking coconut water right now.
But I'm thinking, I think it would just be better. It'd be better to supplement that coconut oil in your diet because it comes out in your skin when you eat it.
What? Say that again, Caduceus?
Well, you might as well just eat that coconut oil in whatever you're cooking in a way. or whatever you're eating, because
Well, I use extra virgin olive oil or pure well, not pure, like butter, like locally made butter. I start buying
butter.
butter and milk and eggs like locally.
Okay, so since you got butter and coconut oil, have those be the ones you cook with. Just the butter and the
Okay.
coconut oil, because the extra or virgin olive oil is meant to be consumed raw.
Oh.
Because well,
Okay.
you want to know why? Because you have some unsaturated fats in there, and when an unsaturated fat is a double bond, and if you apply enough heat, you can flip that bond from a cis double bond to a trans double bond, and trans double bond as in trans fat. If you cook it.
Oh, okay. Also, so it basically, if I cook with it, it's gonna turn into trans fat.
Well, you're gonna get
With
some trans fat and some will stay cis, but it's you're adding trans fat to your diet if you cook with the unsaturated oil.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the quantity is probably not that high, but you're still making it.
Hmm. Well, coconut oil, butter, and what about like avocado oil? What do you think of that?
Avocado oil, still do it raw. Still
Okay.
mainly oleic acid in both of those.
So
Oleic, like the main oil in avocado oil is the same oil that's in olive oil. There's like other compositions that are different. Like the olive oil might have some other different oils, and then also has some other nutrients in it that's different from the avocado.
So best for cooking is what's the third option too? Like butter, coconut,
Beef
and
tallow.
is there another oil?
I'd say like if you're cooking, try to do a saturated fat of some sort. So like coconut oil is good because it's saturated. You get a little like butter that probably be better if you refined it to ghee even.
Yeah, I do use ghee too sometimes.
Yeah, if you can easily refine that to ghee if you get good butter, and it's cheaper than just buying the ghee.
But ghee is also very very high in fats.
Well, yeah, it's all, but like the point is you're cooking with the fat. That's all fat, you know. You're cooking with the fat. It's the idea of it is that you want to know what you're eating in a way, and if you're eating ghee, you're mainly getting saturated fat, and you know what it is, and if hopefully it's a grass-fed cow that you're getting the fat from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say like a grass-fed beef tallow is probably like the next best. Oil-wise.
Shit, man! All this, like, the more you know, it's like the more fucking careful you gotta be with your.
Well, here's the thing though: like no matter how much you heat up that ghee, how much you heat up that ghee, or you heat up that coconut oil, or you heat up the butter. Well, the thing about butter though, the proteins and like slight amounts of maybe some residual sugars, they'll burn and become carcinogenic if you cook them too much. So that it's like it's not that the ingredients are bad. It's just that you want to heat up your oil to a higher heat than what the other ingredients in that butter like optimally are cooked at. Which is why you can burn butter on the stove. Because it's like, and you got water still in there too. So I would say like, yeah, I would say like try to do, if you're cooking it, try saturated fats if you can. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say, boys, it's always good to talk to y'all. Today was a little session with Caduceus, on knowing more about foods, which I didn't know before.
Yeah,
so good night to everybody. I'm gonna listen. Take care, guys.
Take care.
All right, Woody. Appreciate you, man. So, goddamn, man. I mean, no, I just figured I'd just hop on for a little bit, man. Think I
Yeah,
might get going, man. I don't know if MD's gonna stream tonight, but
yeah. I gotta go. I'll probably just chill on here for a bit and then head to bed because I gotta be in the lecture hall at 7 in the morning.
you understand. Ex Viper, I appreciate you for having me on, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, that's you got me
Caduceus,
talking.
man.
Cheers.
I'll see. Yeah, see you around, brothers, man. You'll
I'll
take
see
it
you
easy.
around. Yeah, I got me on the food topic here since we went from chef and we went from the soap and oils and now we're talking food.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might hop off too. I need to get a workout in before I go to bed.
Oh, good luck sleeping, man, because that shit keeps you awake.
Yeah, well, I meditate and shit. It helps.
Okay, yeah. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just don't have time, so I always work out at night.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah. All right, good night, dude.
Good night. Duck face. Oh my god, Mr. 1950 exposing himself there. Man, I have a duck face as an avatar for very good reason. Yeah, keep throwing comments at me. I'll work at it. Who's the guy talking? Oh, you know who it is. You know who it is, Primal Man.
Hey, thanks, Kudu. Sorry I've been away, man. People have been blowing my phone up, and
Man, you're too many women in your DMs.
no, it wasn't women. I wish. But thank you for coming on. I guess I gotta rewatch my own stream to see what happened. But
We randomly started talking about colognes, and then we talked about soap, and then we talked about cooking oil.
okay, well,
So,
I look forward to it, and thank you for you guys holding it down while I was away.
yeah, no problem. And make sure to put that wine in your house. Put it right above your bed, and then.
Wine?
No, I'm just clowning on Steve.
I got yeah, I got you.
All right. Oh, Primal Man, and yeah, I mean, I think we had good balance there, and you were heading out of New Orleans area, right? So you had priorities. Yes, if you want to close it down, I can head out.
All right, yeah. Thanks to Caduceus and everybody that hopped on. OG It, Carpet Man. I'm leaving off so many people. Timbo, Jay Mesa, Seek the Truth, Alexio. I saw MD promoted the channel. Always have love for him. And hope you have a good night and a good rest of your week, everyone. Any last words, Caduceus?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the bait that you set for me, Viper, with the Steve the King thing, because I knew you were talking about Thursday night's Carnage, and I love it.
Oh. Yeah, that was a classic, I think.
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone that watched tonight live and everybody that watches in the future. And hopefully I'll do a better job in the future as a host. And I hope to see all you guys soon.
All right, take care, man.
You too. Bye.